Hello, this is Kerrie from Tuberose Healing, and I wanted to talk to you today about connective tissue and low back pain, neck pain, knee pain, shoulder pain, and it all has to do with connective tissue. And I want to show you on my friend Bonaparte here. And basically, if we look at these disc spaces between the vertebrae, this gets narrowed. These little discs here get eaten away and they don't get replaced. And there's other connective tissue, like here between the ribs, and we can't see it totally because this is just a model here, but there is connective tissue between the ribs. It's in it all around the shoulder joint, all around the knee joints, because you see these bones here, they have to have something spongy between them. It can't be bone on bone. So the body has connective tissue, and we are made up of a lot of connective tissue, and we don't eat the things that make it. When I grew up, we used to eat things like pig's feet, pickled pig's feet. We had the bone broth as soup all the time. Now it's a whole thing. It's called bone broth, but that was just soup. And the way you make that, you have to put those components into the body. And years ago, we used to, again, take all the bones that we would eat in an animal, a chicken, and again, there's different places that have more of the connective tissue, like between the ribs, along the back and necks, wings, skin, scales. Different bones have more connective tissue, but the idea is to take those bones after the meat has been cooked and put it in a crock pot and fill it with water and then low heat it. You want to put it on low, maybe with a very, very small amount of apple cider vinegar, just a little bit, like a tablespoon for a whole pot. And it slightly acidifies that water so that when it's warming, you're kind of making a bone tea. And you don't want to boil it because that will destroy that delicate nature of the type of proteins you are coaxing out of the bones. So basically that starts to coax it out of the bones, and it forms in solution. It makes the broth. And I brought some here to show you today. And what I do is I make a whole pot full of it. Then I put it in these jars, mason jars. And if you can see it, I'll try to wiggle it for you. You can see how that is. And I think you all know what I'm talking about, that jelly-like liquid. But this whole jar is that way. And what I do, and what's nice is some of the fat that's left in the meat or the skin, it will form a little fat layer, a little tiny fat layer on the top. And that preserves this. So until I break that, this could be in my refrigerator for weeks or months. I mean, I wouldn't like to keep it that long, you know, I'd like to make it fresh, but it does have a preservative quality by keeping that fat layer on the top. So I just scoop that off, and then I use it like this. I put this in like rice or beans, or if I'm making soup, again, I'll extract this, pour it all back, and if I'm going to make soup, I'll put all the vegetables and meat or spices, whatever, in that. Or you can just heat this up, because when you heat it up, it kind of melts, and it's not jelly-like again. And you can season it. You can just put some salt in it or some miso and just drink it like that. If you don't want to go through that, or if you want to have more to support yourself, I think one of the easiest ways, I call this one the poor man's fix, and this is Knox gelatin. There are other companies that you can get more pure or organic versions, but this one anybody can get. And I have people do, and I have had great success with just a half a pack a day, a quarter or half a pack. Or you can do it a whole pack a day if you're really trying to build up your disc space or your nutrition. Also, what's really, really good is the hydrolyzed collagen. And this one is from Perfect. There's several out there. I try to find a grass-fed one that's, you know, this is the collagen peptides. And you can stir this in anything. You can stir this in your smoothies, just in water that doesn't have any taste. And usually a good amount is like 10 grams, 10 or 12 grams a day. So this will definitely help rebuild that connective tissue. One more thing that I like to do is make sure the body has enough sulfur in it. I mean, there's so much to do, and I just want to give you a little bit of things you can get going on. But something else I really like is providing enough sulfur to help the body make the connective tissue. This is one of my favorites. It's called Sulfur Defense Plus. This one has some of the lemon and flavor in it and vitamin C. And the vitamin C, as we talked about before, is necessary for helping that connective tissue hold together, and especially for rebuilding the shoulder joints. So this can also be taken, it's in a powder form to assist that, and this also helps your liver to naturally detox without putting yourself into a detox cycle. So I really like these products for healing, for helping the liver to detox, but really for building up the collagen in the body, the connective tissue, not only in the discs, but in the hair, the nails, the skin, the face, you know, for keeping yourself youthful, for keeping your body elastic and moving, and for building up those degenerative discs, those, you know, discs in the neck, the ones in the low back, the shoulder joint, and the knee. They can all really be helped by putting in nutrition. A couple of other things I just thought of I like to add are manganese, which is different than magnesium, and I love magnesium. You need enough of that, but manganese is particularly useful for rebuilding tendons and ligaments. It's a trace mineral that is hard to find, so you'd have to supplement with it. There are some good supplements that help rebuild connective tissue, so that one came to mind. And then making sure that you've got the circulation, so you might want to do alternating hot and cold to an area that needs to be improved, your low back, your shoulder, your knee, and it can be done with alternating hot and cold packs or in a shower, and that just brings fresh blood in, and it helps move away the toxins and the lactic acid that stays in there and creates inflammation. Okay, so hope that helps, and thank you for watching.